By now, I'm assuming that everybody has seen the comic book movies of 2016, all 6 of them. If you haven't, wow. I'm gonna be ranking these movies in order from my least favorite to my favorites. Keep in mind that this is just my personal list. This is not meant to be the list to end all lists. And if you disagree, feel free to tell me in the comment section how wrong I am. This is just personally how I feel about these movies. Without further ado, let's get right into this thing, starting at number 6.
Your X-Men.
At number 6, we've got Xmen Apocypse. Just because I have Xmen Apocypse at number 6 doesn't mean I didn't like the movie. I clearly liked it enough to get it on Blu-ray. I really liked this movie. This is the movie that probably had some of the most potential of any of the comic movies that come out this year. Whole new cast of characters. You're focusing on a new Jean, a new Nightcrawler, a new Cyclops, Psylocke, a new Storm, a new Angel, and one of the X-Men's most iconic and most powerful villains maybe ever in Apocalypse. It had some slip-ups for me, and there are definitely some things about the movie that's bothered me to this day, but that Wolverine scene halfway through the movie makes up for almost anything in my eyes. For Bryan Singer, if this is his swan song, he did a decent job on the way out.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow.
Despite what everybody thought.
Wait for them to ask you who you know.
Suicide Squad is one of those movies where if you hate Suicide Squad, I completely understand why. You could hate the movie, and I really can't argue with you about why you hate the movie. I mean, if you hate the movie, I can see a lot of those issues. I really like Suicide Squad. There was a lot to like about this movie. It was pretty cool to see all these characters kicking ass. There were some pretty badass character moments in this movie. I like the fun tone that the movie had, the world building and the Easter eggs. Batman cameos and that Flash 5-second scene that was still awesome nonetheless. Harley and Deadshot and Joker, given the fact that he was only in 5 minutes of the entire movie. Editing is shitty as fuck, and the plot and the villain are laughable. Hula hoop CGI and all that shit. But still, Suicide Squad gave me more positive than negative, and that was my big takeaway from it. So, it comes in at number 5. Yeah, that's right, Doctor Strange, the last of the comic book movies this year. This is my 4th favorite of the year. It's a really good origin movie, and for somebody who didn't know that much about Doctor Strange going in, now I know more, and now I want to know more. So I immediately went to the store and got some Doctor Strange comics, because I wanted to read more about Doctor Strange. Benedict Cumberbatch, or Cabbage Patch, or Cumberling, or Cunnilingus. Yeah, whatever his name is. He killed it in this role. I mean, he is perfect Doctor Strange. Could they have found anybody better to play Doctor Strange? That's a trick question. No, they couldn't have found anybody better to play Doctor Strange. But that finale with Dormammu, that is some pretty cool shit. Showcases that you don't always need the most power or the most strength to beat somebody. Sometimes you just need brains and magic.
Hear the music.
X gon' give it to you. Can't wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you.
Funny thing about this list, my number 1 has pretty much stayed the same the entire year, but my 2 and 3 have flip-flopped at least 3 or 4 different times. Deadpool! Deadpool is my number 3 movie this year. I really enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I've seen some comedies this year that haven't made me laugh as much as this movie right here made me laugh. Deadpool was funny, it was hilarious, it was raunchy. Ryan Reynolds perfectly embodies Deadpool. I mean, there is no one else in the history of the world who could have played Deadpool. Yeah, sure, the villain in the story is a little bit overly simple, and there's some shoddy CGI in some parts. They make fun of themselves during a movie, and I love movies that are self-aware. There is no comic book movie ever that has ever been as self-aware as Deadpool.
Stay down. Final warning.
I could do this all day.
This movie was fucking awesome in almost every way. Is it flawed? Yes, but still fucking awesome. Really does a great job of trying to take the MCU in a little bit more of a mature and serious direction, even if towards the end it still devolves into, you know, the formulaic Marvel jokey joke stuff. That finale fight though with Iron Man and Cap and Bucky, oh my god. Most entertaining film in the MCU to date, and it's definitely the most action-packed. This movie has hands down the greatest action sequences in comic book history to me. It gave me a Spider-Man that I've always wanted to see. It gave me a Black Panther that I've always wanted to see. It isn't necessarily the game changer that I was hoping it would be, but still, it didn't change the game. It altered the rules of the game a little bit, so that's something.
You know the oldest lie in America, Senator? That power can be innocent.
Yes, I am well aware that my first choice is the most controversial choice of the year, and it's the most divisive comic book film in history, probably. Luckily, I don't really give a shit about anybody else feeling that way. Batman v Superman is not just my favorite comic book movie of the year. This movie is probably my favorite comic book movie of all time. I have seen this movie over and over and over and over again. I lost count after like 62 times that I've seen this movie. Every time I found something new to look at. Every time I found a different angle. Every time I discovered something. This movie has multiple layers to it. I mean, philosophy, geopolitics, the themes that this movie was tossing around at me. I mean, they're very heady, they're very weighty, and they're very intelligent, and they're not like your other comic book films. For nothing else, I can give Batman v Superman credit that it tried to be different where other comic book movies have failed. It tried to go outside the box. It tried to have a comic book film focused more on story and character. It took my two favorite superheroes and treated them like shit for the entire movie. Normally, you would look at that and go, no, it's fucking, no, fuck you. No, I don't like that. But for me, deconstructing them so that we can build them back up into our heroes is, again, such a bold approach that I've never seen done before. The iconic Trinity shot will always give me chills. No matter what I do or where I go, I will always remember where I was and what I was doing when the Trinity showed up on screen for the first time in history. Yeah, Doomsday looks like complete shit and there's a little bit too much Lois Lane in the final act, but all these things are nitpicks that I can get past. This is a movie that I can watch over and over and over again. The score, the dialogue, the scenery, the cinematography, the story, the everything. I really love Batman v Superman. That is my ranking for the comic book movies of 2016. Let me know down below if you agree, if you disagree, if you don't like it, if you hate me, if you think I'm an idiot. I mean, hey, just let me know. I'm open to criticism. As always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.